want to say welcome to the Ministerial Complex, the EGX Ministerial Complex, where today the National Port Authority, is having the 10th annual conference meeting of the Port Management Association of West and Central Africa. As you can see, we hear over 20 countries across the African continent, especially in the region I specified in Maka, are here representing various nations and what have you. So it's a conference that's better to hold for 150 delegates over 20 countries across West and Central Africa, especially in the sector of port management. So as you can see, the National Port Authority some years back was suspended from this institution because of negligence and because of lack of responsibility. But under the new management team, we're able to kind of revamp, we're able to kind of recall everything, and our membership has been rejuvenated. And this time around, TrueLiberia is going to hold this. And this is how we are conducting this today. But I just wanted to set a curtain raiser so we can have a war with the PFSO of the National Port Authority. He is from Okane. He has a better understanding about the whole project, so he can better. I'm going to promote Maritime.
Yeah, we see today having the annual conference being celebrated in Liberia. What do you have to tell people who are watching you to understand how it relates to port management?
First of all, it is a blessing for us, doing this preaching on President Joseph Wakai, that we were able to bring the conventions to Liberia. This is the 10th annual convention, in Liberia. And since the pre-pro, the NPA was created, this is the first time for us to hold it.
So can you give us the overview of the whole program?
Yes. This program is about the Port Master and the PFSO. We'll be talking about the security in the region and the rest of it.
So looking at the conference today being here in Liberia, what you hope to see after this conference?
We hope to see positive change, way of doing things, our attitudes as security officers, the way we handle things. So, it will be better, broader perspective that we handle internationally,
So that comes to the position which you occupy and relates to your own position in serving agriculture. What are some of those things, mechanism you as a head is putting in place to see the other weapon being elevated?
First, when we talk about the port, there was a system there, but it was whack. You get me? When we came in, we put in the access pass control. Then do in-house training for our men. Most of the guys that took at the port, frankly, there's no disrespect to them, but they took these guys for the very couch and the very mouth. With no security background. Only few. So when we came in, we put in a lot of training, for these guys. They are catching up with it as we go.
So your party comment?
We expect, I hope the ring will give us a chance, so we can have our convention in good effect. Thank you.
Can you please call your name for the audience?
I'm Promote Abdullah Khan. I'm the PFSO of the Port and Corporate Security Coordinator. NPA.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Liberia, the views of people who are in higher authority here this morning. So whenever we will see that attend this program, we will try to get a little about them. So just watch So keep watching as we bring this broadcast here this morning from the Ministerial Liberia as we attend the Liberia National Port Authority. Today happens to be the 1st of July. Just keep following our broadcast here this morning as we bring you the theme of administration. So right before us here is one of the delegates from the president, and she will be introducing herself. Good morning, ma'am. Welcome to the media.
Good morning, sir. I am Sirleaf. I'm the president for National Ministerial Organization. So I'm here to represent both women and men because of gender, so we are doing gender balance. So I'm here to represent both women and men.
So you today having to be the 10th annual conference celebration in Liberia aspect. What we were told, this is the first time for Liberia to host or have hosted this conference. What is your take seeing Liberia hosting this 10th annual conference?
I'm glad that we are. This set us that we are going forward. Liberia is going forward, and we're going to get better even more than this. This is the beginning. This is just a little bit of what Liberia has in store to come in the years to come.
With the exception of this annual conference, are you hopeful? Are you hopeful to see Liberia excelling with the exception of this that you are being envisioned into at this time?
Oh, of course. Of course. I mean, for me personally, I'm really excited that we're in Liberia for the first time hosting this, but I'm also looking forward and praying that there'll be more events like this that Liberia will definitely host in the near future to come.
You being a women president of the port, I don't know, the port management, you being the president of the Women Association, what is your own innovation that relates to making the women of Liberia that are working at the port scene to excel to a different level or to gravitate their life as a president?
Well, we are working, first of all, making sure our women get to understand who they are and not for the women to be forgotten. We are the mother. That's why Liberia is called the motherland. We are the mothers. So whatever we do, not forgetting the men also, because they are there to support us. We also call them the he for she. They are there to support the women. But the women are working hard. We are educating each other every day. We are there to support each other. Now, the women organization is Freeport. We are there to be one family. Making sure management notice us. Making sure management see our efforts. Like this gone Friday, we had a general cleaning campaign day. Although we included other people, port users and what have you, but it was planned by the women. So the women did that the first time in history. So the women, we are working together. We are making sure our environment will be safe for our children and children to come.
Before Makoni started, or before I take a leave of you, you will be the president. Do you see this conference elevating Liberia to another level?
Of course, definitely. Imagine, this is the first time we hosted. Why we didn't host for the past 10 years, the past 5 years? We don't know the reason. Perhaps Liberia were not ready. But now I can see and say that Liberia, we are ready.
So your final word to the media? Your final word?
Well, my final word is to all my Liberians and all over the world, let us be together, let us hold hands, because together we stand and divided, definitely we will fall. For this program to even take place today is because the women and the men that have been partaking in this program, they have been together. And now you see it's getting stronger. Liberia is hosting. Another country that haven't hosted it in a long time or ever will be the next place to host. That's what it is. When people hold together, together, they will stand together.
Thank you.
So your name is?
My name is Maya Mankesali Tape.
Mankesali Tape.
Thank you.
Madam Tape is the Women Association president at the Liberia Free Pool National Football Authority. So she just spoke to me and said that she's hopeful that after this technical conference, Liberia will be elevated. So watch out. Keep flowing as we bring this. This morning, we are here talking to a bunch of workers. We will talk to introduce themselves. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the media.
Good morning. My name is Mova G. Wesa. I'm the Executive Director for Coast and Harbour National Port Authority.
Mr. Director, you being the Executive Director of the National Port Authority, we want to understand, this is the first time for Liberia to hold this annual conference. What is your own impression?
First of all, let me start from the very beginning of it, right? The PMACA means Port Management Association of West and Central Africa, right? And this is the Harbour Master and the PFSO conference. Now, first of all, what is a Harbour Master? A Harbour Master is somebody who manages the harbour basin, the port. Harbour basin is where the ship comes and dock and then leave and stuff. So that's the person that manages the entire operation within that basin is called a harbour master. Now, a PFSO, the port facility and security officer, somebody who controls the entire security aspect of the port. Now, what has to do with ship berthing in and out, and to maintain the security of the ship, you have the PFSO. So this conference is about the PFSO and the harbour master. Now, it comes from West and Central Africa. If you look at the entire African map, you have West Africa and you have Central Africa. All of those areas down there is the Gulf of Guinea. So you see it's a trade route from West and Central Africa. Now, things has to be in coherence with each other. Ship ports have to talk to each other, and they have to be on par with the level of security infrastructure set in place. They have to be on par with the kind of vessels they bring in to facilitate trade within the Gulf. Now, this program is geared towards consolidating, is an effort to consolidate that effort, that drive. Now, you have the entire harbour master from the West and Central coming together to have a meeting. This is the very first time for Liberia to host the harbour master from the entire West Africa and Central Africa. Now, they are coming together to brainstorm on improvements that they can come up with to see how best they can coordinate with each other and facilitate trade within the Gulf of Guinea. So that is the reason why we are here. It is a very important conference because Liberia, coming from a background where we are literally getting into the shipping industry in terms of being on par with West African countries, we hosting this, we take it as an advantage because we are more like learning from those that have been in this business for a very long time.
So we want to understand, the people who are watching want to know, hosting this annual conference for the first time. Do you see this as a boost to Liberia Port Authority?
Of course. Liberia Port Authority want to learn a lot from this, especially the harbour master. Want to see those technologies, those things that have been used, to boost other ports. You know, port is all about true port, right? The kind of vessel that you receive in your port, how deep is the harbour basin, the kind of terminals that we have, that you should have in your port. Unfortunately, Liberia has only one terminal, that is the APM terminal, into container and general cargo handling. But there should be other terminals, like Roro terminal, like Break Bulk terminal, like Bulk terminal. All of those terminals come to play. So Liberia going to learn from it because knowing the fact that port infrastructure needs to have several terminals, and those terminals have certain rules and regulations to operate by. With this conference, we're going to learn a lot from them.
What's your expectation within the conference at the end of the day?
My expectation is going to, like I said earlier, we are going to learn from the best. You know, when you talk about Ivory Coast, when you talk about Ghana, when you talk about Senegal, when you talk about Congo, all of these places are places that they have vast experience when it comes to port operations. So my expectation is Liberia being a host, going to learn a lot from them.
Would there be an implementation after this conference from your end?
There will be an implementation with the stewardship of our managing director. We very far-sighted with the knowledge that he has when it comes to port operations. He's going to do well. He's going to do well in terms of steering the affairs of that place.
Thank you again for having.
Thank you very much. Thank
Your
you.
name again?
My name is Mohamed Wessa. I'm the executive director of Coast and Harbor. Now, I'm the executive director of Coast and Harbor, but there is a harbor master. I'm not a harbor master, right? My role is more elaborate when it comes to port operations. I deal with both land and sea. The harbor master is strictly the harbor business.
Thanks for having me.
Right, cheers.
So, if you are watching the photo, we just
somebody who are joining us today, like television, all of online platform here first, making sure to bring Good morning, sir. Welcome to the media.
Good morning. Thank you. It's my pleasure to speak to you guys this morning.
You look so serious and happy this morning.
Well, thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, as you can see.
You care to tell the audience your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is Ambassador Aravel Ross. I'm the Executive Director for Planning and Research at the National Port Authority.
We've gathered here for the 3 days activities, and we've seen this is the first day as it commenced. You care to tell us, audience who are watching as well, you care to tell them, because there are few words that are here and the audience kept seeing them in how do we call it, in quotation as well, just abbreviation as well. But you care to tell audience to expand on that as well for the audience to understand what is the reason that we are here today.
Okay, so for example, you see the meeting of Primaka, Harbour Masters and PFSO Network. So Primaka is the Port Management Association of West and Central Africa.
Right.
So Primaka was established in 1977. Liberia is a founding member of Primaka. So Primaka contains 20 countries in West and Central Africa and 24 posts across West and Central Africa. PFSO stands for the Port Facility Security Officers. So today we are welcoming over 50 delegates in Liberia from West and Central Africa from the Harbour Masters Network. Harbour Masters are people who manage the marine services of the port. So the marine services include the captains, they include navigational aids, it includes all the ships on the boat, and then the PFSOs are those security guards we have at our posts, at our international standards. And Liberia have 3 international posts now. We have ISPA compliance post, the free port of Monrovia, the port of Ghana, and the port of Greenville. So today we are expecting all of our PFSOs across the country to be here, including the Coast Guards from the Ministry of National Defense.
So what is the expectation for this all-important meeting?
Well, the theme of this Harbour Master Conference is navigating the challenges of port safety and security. We know in our maritime sector, we are all pushing one marine goals to ensure that our ports are safe, to ensure our water is safe, as we continue to open for trade and vessel. So that's why we have security guards here. That's why we have marine officers here. At the end of the 3 days, the Harbour Master Network will come up with a memorandum of understanding, and that memorandum of understanding will be used to guide the activities of posts across West and Central Africa.
What the Liberian hope to achieve in all of these things?
Well, as part of our network is that Liberia being a founding member, and this is the very first time to have a Primaka in this country. The first thing is that we will regain our membership with Primaka Network. For too long, we have been disconnected from Primaka. We have been attending our other activities, but with the leadership of Honorable Siku AMD Dukli, and he accepted to host this event. It will connect our young marine officers to advanced experts that are coming in the country. Our eyes will be open. There will be connection of trade and linkages. There will be communication of security network within the region, and that's very key for us. So when there's one ship leaving and this other country does not understand what is there, there will be a breach of the security network, and I think that is key for the post of Liberia.
Finally, from my end, this Is there any collaboration between you and the Maritime into this as well?
Yeah, the Maritime regulates the authority, and so we invited the Maritime to be fully represented. The PFSO for the Liberia Maritime Activity and all the PFSO for Maritime Activity will be a delegate to this annual meeting. As part of that, the head of Maritime will make a special remarks to close this event. So we are not just running it in isolation. Maritime is involved with this event as well.
So your parting comment?
Well, my parting comment is that we look forward to an exciting event as we go about our 3 days, and we hope the best for our country.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for speaking to us today.
I have the distinguished honor to announce the arrival of the Managing Director of the National Port Authority, Honorable Sekou Iyam-Duku.
Where can you find it?
All those in the back, can you come to the front? We're about to start the program. Just make your way to the front, please.
No, I think
Thank you very much. We want to officially welcome you to the opening of the 10th meeting of the Port Management Association of West and Central Africa, PMACA, here in Liberia. We want to say you're welcome and it's happy to have you. Before we begin the program, we just wanted to recognize some of our guests here this morning. We begin with our delegates. If you hear from a country or port, as we call the country's name, just either raise your hands or just stand up. We have the group from Angola. That's the Port Authority of Angola. Thank you. We have Benin, the Port Authority of Cotonou. We have Cameroon. We have the Port Authority of Douala. We also have people from the Port Authority of Kribi in Cameroon. We have Congo. We have people from the Port Authority of Cote d'Ivoire. We have our own neighbors over here, Cote d'Ivoire. We have the Port Authority of Abidjan. We have people from Gambia, the Gambia Port Authority. We have our best friends, I would call it, the people from Ghana, the Port Authority, the Ghana Port Authority. We have our neighbors over here, Guinea, the Port Authority of Conakry. We have our friends from Gabon, that's the Port Authority of Gabon. And we also have our sister country, Sierra Leone. We have our friends from Sierra Leone. We have our friends from Nigeria, the National Port Authority of Nigeria. We have friends from Togo, Lomé, the Port Authority of Lomé, Togo. We have our friends from Equatorial Guinea, that's the Port Authority of Equatorial Guinea. So we have Malibu and Beta, they're here from Equatorial Guinea. We have Senegal. We have the Port Authority of Dakar. Now we have a special guest here from South Africa. He's the president of the African Harbour Masters Committee, Captain Dubeko Talini. We have our experts from Cameroon, Dr. Noko. We have the people from the World Bank. we have the family from Pimaka. And I have the distinct honor to say to you that we have the Managing Director of the National Port Authority, who is the host, the Honorable Sekou Eyamdudu. And other guests that would any call, we say you are welcome. We're happy to have him here this morning at the opening of this meeting today. We want to begin the program by calling on the Managing Director of the National Port Authority, Honorable Sekou Eyamdudu, who will welcome our guests at this program. Good morning, Pimaka.
Good morning, Mr. MD.
You guys seem quiet this morning. We got some coffee here, right? Yes. Mr. Jean-Marie Kofi, Secretary General of the Ports Management Association of West and Central Africa. Mr. D. Bertrand, President of the Pimaka Harbor Masters and Post Facility Security Officers Network. We're supposed to have in our presence the Honorable Minister of Transport, but he sent his deputy to read the keynote address. So welcome. I'm sorry I didn't get it earlier. Officials of government present, Mr. Chairman and members of the Board of Directors of the National Port Authority, all esteemed delegates gathered here today, members of the full estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am humbled and honored today by the opportunity to welcome to Liberia, on behalf of the government and people of the Republic of Liberia and the National Port Authority, the Honorable Mr. Jean-Marie Kofi, Secretary General of the Ports Management Association of West and Central Africa, Mr. D. Bertrand, the President of Pimaka Harbor Masters and PSFO Network, and all esteemed delegates gathered here today. Welcome to Liberia. We are deeply honored that Liberia was chosen to host as the host for the 10th Pimaka Harbor Masters and PSFO annual meeting. Your presence here today reaffirms the trust and confidence reposed in us as one of Pimaka's founding members. This gathering to us is more than a routine meeting. It is a reaffirmation of Liberia's commitment to regional cooperation, maritime safety, and port security. Under the leadership of His Excellency President Joseph Yimo Boakai, Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, we view this event as a significant platform for us to re-establish our strong presence in the Pimaka community.
Thank you.
We view this also as an opportunity to advocate for deeper integration across port authorities in the region. The National Port Authority is recommitting to be present in Pimaka different sector meetings and annual gatherings, not as a mere participant, but as a strong and reliable partner.
The National Port Authority operates 4 ports in Liberia. The Freeport of Monrovia, our principal and busiest port. The Port of Buchanan, which is primarily used for the evacuation of oil and other minerals. The ports of Greenville and Harper located in the southeastern part of the country. But historically, the Freeport of Monrovia served as a strategic hub for the Mano River Union countries, namely Liberia, Sirleaf, and Guinea. Since its establishment in the 40s and began full operation in the early 50s. Regrettably, decades of civil conflict from 1989 to 2003 disrupted this beautiful legacy, thus significantly affecting our status and participation in regional maritime leadership. Today, I can assure you that Liberia is reclaiming its rightful place. We have prioritized the involvement of all of our port facility security officers from across the country and encourage the participation of junior maritime officers in recognition of the critical link between maritime operations and national security. We have also encouraged the participation, and we are honored to have in our presence the Ministry of National Defense, primarily the Coast Guard, as a key delegate on this auspicious occasion. To Mr. Marie Kofi and Mr. Bertrand and all of our visiting guests, I extend my sincere appreciation for your presence in Liberia. Over the next several days, I hope you will not only find the discussions enriching, but you will also enjoy the warm hospitality, the rich cultural heritage, and culinary offerings that make Liberia truly, truly unique. We do look forward to fruitful deliberations and strengthening partnership amongst our ports and institutions. Thank you, and once again, welcome to Liberia. Bienvenue to Liberia. Merci.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dukri. We now call on Mr. N.D.R. Bertrand, who is the president of the Harbor Masters Network, to give us the introductory remarks.
Good morning, all. I hope you are not surprised to see a man, because on the program it is a little bit mixed. My name is Onda, a ladies, which is a vice president, and unfortunately she's not around due to some professional reasons. Honorable Mr. Minister of Transport of Liberia, hereby represented. Honorable Mr. Sekou Dukri, Managing Director of the National Port Authority of Liberia. Mr. Jean-Marie Kofi, Secretary General of PMOCA. Dear colleagues, Harbor Masters and Port Facility Security Officer, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in your respective rank, title, and designation, it is both a great honor and a solemn duty for me to take the floor today in the capacity of President of the PMOCA Harbor Master and PFSO Network. On The occasion of this meeting dedicated to maritime and port security and safety in our sub-region. I would like to begin by warmly thanking each of you for your presence and your unwavering commitment. This annual gathering is for all of us the primary platform for coordinating experience sharing and the formulation of joint action for the safe and resilient management of our ports. Since our last meeting held in Praia, Cabo Verde, last year from 1st to 3rd of July, same time, 2004, we have continued to implement our strategic plan. The roadmap reflects our shared vision of a secure, competitive, and interconnected West and Central African port environment aligned with the International Ship and Port Facility Security Code, that's ISPS standard, while also responding to the specific reality of our regions. Honorable ladies and gentlemen, ports are strategic gateways to our economies, face increasingly complex, multidimensional, and often transitional or transnational risk. Sorry for that. That is why our network must be proactive, united, and rigorous in its approach. In this regard, I would like to highlight a set of key challenges that demands our full attention. First one is the energy transition, which requires a rapid adaptation of our port infrastructures to safely accommodate next generation of vessels. Second one, the issue of private contracted security personnel on board ships that are calling our ports, which raises critical concerns of coordination, sovereignty, and risk management. The third one is the management of ballast water and hull cleaning, which have significant environmental and health impacts, and call for reinforced and harmonized port control. The fourth one is the handling of dangerous goods, which remains a vulnerable link in the port chain and requires strict regulations, adequate infrastructures, and enhanced expertise among port operators. The fifth one is the seat time for our young cadets for maritime universities, which is essential to ensure generation succession, develop national competencies, and sustain the maritime value chain. The last but not the least, technological innovation and the future of maritime and port professions, which compel us to modernize our safety and security systems and to train our workforce in emerging tools, including digital solutions and artificial intelligence. Dear colleagues, in the face of these challenges, our network must remain an instrument of collective vigilance, skill development, and operational cohesion. It is up to us to continue to share information and best practices, implement technical solutions tailored for our realities, promote a culture of safety and security as a key level for the competitiveness of African ports. At this moment, I would like to express my deep gratitude to the National Port Authority of Liberia and its Managing Director, the Honorable Sekou Dukuli, for the warm welcome extended to all delegations and the excellent organization of this meeting. To the Secretary General of PIMOCA, Mr. Jean-Marie Kofi, for his constant support in the strengthening the network and advancing our collective efforts. To the Honorable Minister of Transport, here represented, for his active support in strengthening the institutional framework of the maritime sector. Dear colleagues, distinguished guests, let us remain mobilized, united, and professional in order to make this meeting a decisive step forward in strengthening our network. Long live Regional Maritime Corporation, long live the network of Harbour Master and PFSO, PIMOCA, long live Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We also want to recognize the presence of Deputy Foreign Minister, the Honorable Gabriel Sirleaf. One of the presidents that continue to come to Liberia to push the case for PIMOCA all the time. And I remember a couple of months ago, and he was here to meet my managing director to speak to him about the importance of PIMOCA. He actually had a good fight. Liberia has been far away from PIMOCA for a little bit of time, but through his instrumentality, through the instrumentality of our managing director, today we are in PIMOCA. I just want to say thank you for working that out. I also have the honor at this point to call on the Secretary General of PIMOCA, Mr. Jean-Marie Kofi.
Good morning, everyone. So, representative of the Minister for Transport, please allow me to deliver my speech in French. So please, if you can ready your headset, I want to deliver the speech in French. Thank you. Monsieur le représentant du ministre des Transports de la République du Liberia, Monsieur le représentant du ministre des Affaires étrangères du Liberia, Monsieur le directeur général de l'autorité portuaire du Liberia, Monsieur le président des commandants de port et PFSO de l'AGPROC, honorable invité déjà cité, je note la présence du docteur Koyo Alain, de monsieur Olivier Atman, qui nous rejoindra sous peu, et du capitaine Tounani, président des commandants de port des PFSO de l'Afrique, chers membres de la presse, mesdames et messieurs. C'est avec un immense honneur et une émotion particulière que je me tiens devant vous aujourd'hui à l'occasion de la cérémonie d'ouverture de la 10e réunion du réseau des commandants de port et PFSO de l'Association de gestion des ports de l'Afrique de l'Ouest et du Centre. Cette réunion revêt une signification historique exceptionnelle de mémoire d'homme. C'est la première fois de notre existence que notre belle République du Liberia, terre de liberté et phare de l'indépendance africaine, nous fait le signe honneur d'accueillir une réunion de l'AGPAOC. À l'ombre de ce drapeau aux étoiles et rayures qui symbolise l'espoir de tout un continent, nous exprimons notre profonde reconnaissance aux autorités libériennes, au premier rang desquelles Son Excellence M. Joseph Boaké, président de la République du Liberia. Monsieur le représentant du ministre des Transports, votre présence va au-delà de la simple symbolique. Elle exprime avec force l'importance que vous accordez à ce outil stratégique d'intégration et de développement que représente le port et le secteur maritime dans son ensemble. Soyez-en vivement remerciés. Nos remerciements aussi s'adressent à Monsieur le Directeur Général de l'autorité portuaire du Liberia et son équipe pour leur accueil chaleureux et leur hospitalité donc légendaire. Monsieur le représentant du ministre des Transports, Mesdames et Messieurs, nous nous réunissons à l'aube d'une révolution technologique sans précédent dans l'histoire maritime de notre région. Les défis auxquels nous sommes confrontés aujourd'hui transcendent les frontières nationales et exigent des réponses audacieuses, innovantes et parfaitement coordonnées. La transformation digitale de nos infrastructures portuaires n'est plus un luxe réservé aux pays développés. C'est désormais un impératif existentiel pour maintenir notre place dans l'économie maritime mondiale. Dans un monde où la vitesse, la précision et la transparence déterminent la compétitivité, nos ports doivent embrasser l'intelligence artificielle, l'Internet des objets, la blockchain et les systèmes intégrés de gestion portuaire. Ces technologies révolutionnaires nous permettront de transformer radicalement nos opérations, la réduction spectaculaire du temps d'attente, la traçabilité en temps réel des marchandises, l'optimisation des flux logistiques, le renforcement drastique de la sécurité de nos installations stratégiques. À ce titre, l'AGPAOC est venue en terre libérienne avec deux experts de ces sujets d'envergure. La Banque mondiale, avec sa branche SASTP, dont M. Olivier Atouman est la personne ressource pour nous faire l'économie de notre appropriation de la digitalisation maritime. Le cabinet N2H avec le docteur Alain Koyo pour des questions de l'intelligence artificielle appliquées à l'accueil des navires et aux opérations portuaires. L'AGPAOC est reconnaissant de vos appuis pour arrimer nos ports aux standards internationaux et accroître ainsi notre compétitivité. Soyez-en donc remerciés. Permettez-moi aussi d'aborder avec franchise une question critique qui déterminera l'avenir de notre région. L'impératif absolu du renforcement de nos structures de gouvernance portuaire. Nous devons tirer les enseignements des succès retentissants de nos voisins. Le Nigeria avec la Nigerian Port Authority, dynamique et visionnaire, qui fédère aujourd'hui 6 et 7 ports. Le Ghana avec le Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, gérant 2 ports et bientôt 3, avec le futur port de Keta. L'APAN, qui coordonne 6 ports, et dans une moindre mesure l'autorité portuaire nationale du Cameroun.
Ces nations ont brillamment démontré qu'une autorité portuaire autonome et stratégiquement orientée constitue le fondement inébranlable d'un développement portuaire durable et prospère. Pour le Liberia et plusieurs autres pays de notre espace géographique, l'heure est venue d'agir avec détermination. Il nous faut créer et consolider les autorités portuaires capables de concevoir et orchestrer une planification portuaire nationale ambitieuse, mobiliser et canaliser les investissements massifs nécessaires aux structures du futur, harmoniser et moderniser les procédures réglementaires pour une efficacité optimale, créer des synergies puissantes pour une vision partagée et une stratégie commune de développement. Durant donc ces 3 jours, nous explorerons les thématiques qui façonneront l'avenir de nos ports. Dans un contexte géopolitique complexe, nos PFSO partageront leurs stratégies les plus innovantes et leurs meilleures pratiques dans l'application stricte du code ISPS face aux menaces persistantes dans nos régions. Nous découvrirons les solutions technologiques de pointe qui métamorphosent nos ports en écosystèmes intelligents, hyper connectés d'une efficacité remarquable. Nous développerons des synergies puissantes entre les infrastructures pour créer un corridor logistique ouest et centrafricain véritablement compétitif à l'échelle mondiale. Nous définirons une stratégie ambitieuse de formation et de développement des compétences pour accompagner cette transformation historique. Chers commandants de port et avant-masters, chers collègues, distingués partenaires, nous sommes plus que de simples gestionnaires. Nous sommes des gardiens vigilants de nos portes vitales, par lesquelles transitent les espoirs économiques de nos nations. Nos ports drainent plus de 80% du commerce extérieur de nos pays et génèrent des millions d'emplois directs et indirects. Cette responsabilité donc historique nous impose un devoir absolu: moderniser, sécuriser et rendre nos infrastructures portuaires non seulement compétitives, mais exemplaires sur la scène internationale. Je fais donc un plaidoyer à tous les acteurs ici donc présents, autorités publiques, il y a les ministères donc qui sont là, opérateurs privés audacieux, partenaires techniques et financiers. Unissons nos forces, nos expertises et nos ambitions pour faire de cette décennie celle de la renaissance portuaire triomphante en Afrique de l'Ouest et du Centre. Avant donc de clore mes propos, permettez-moi que j'adresse encore mes remerciements les plus sincères aux autorités libériennes pour leur engagement exceptionnel, aux équipes techniques dévouées qui ont orchestré cette rencontre avec brio et à chacun d'entre vous qui participe véritablement de façon engagée et avait surmonté les distances et contraintes pour être présent à ce rendez-vous historique. Puis ces 3 journées de réflexion stratégique et d'échanges fructueux aboutit à des décisions concrètes, à des engagements fermes et à des actions de transformation pour l'avenir radieux de nos ports. Vive la coopération portuaire régionale et solidaire, vive l'AGPRC dans sa mission d'excellence, vive la fraternité entre les peuples, vive le Liberia. Je vous remercie.
Thank you very much. We want to also recognize our stakeholders, representatives from ministries and agencies here present, as well as organizations. We want to also recognize Captain Alpha Yaya Bangura, We also want to recognize one of our board members here present, Honorable Bidel Sandy. At this juncture, we will now listen to our keynote address. It will be delivered by a representative from the Ministry of Transport, the Honorable Randolph G. Knott Jr., who is the Deputy Minister for Land, Rail, and Transport.
The Honorable Managing Director, the National Food Authority, our Food Desk, all visiting guests here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I bring you greetings from the Minister of Transport, Honorable Sirleaf, who would have loved to be here, but is currently on national duty out of the country. I am deeply honored to serve as the keynote speaker on this historic occasion marking the 10th annual Harbour Master and Port Facility Security Officer PFSO's conference organized honor the Port Management Association of West and Central Africa. Among other things, we gather here today to address critical challenges of coordinating port security across our regional ports and to explore how robust safety measures can seamlessly enhance operational efficiency and economic growth. Safety and security at our ports encompasses the protection of infrastructure, support structures, goods and services, and most importantly, our labor force. In today's globalized economy, ports are not just transit points. They are vital nodes in global logistic chains. Modern supply chain prioritize reliability over cost and speed, with international organizations increasingly emphasizing secure and safe port operation as key determinants for success. It is clear that a port's ability to ensure reliable services hinges on its capacity to integrate safety and security. These are fundamental components of our port infrastructures and the capacity of our human resources. Our region, West and Central Africa, is home to 90% of Africa's population, 694.8 million people, with 54% of our nations being coastal states. These figures underscores our immense potential. By harmonizing security and safety protocols across our ports, we can unlock unparalleled economic benefits, transforming the region into an economic hub of the continent year round. As you may be aware, the COVID-19 pandemic delivered unprecedented health and economic shock, contracting West and Central Africa's GDP by 2.4% in 2020, the first decline in 6 decades. 11 of our countries in West and Central Africa experienced negative GDP growth. This crisis
highlighted the fragility of our system, but also revealed opportunities for innovation and resilience. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in light of global market trends, our region must adapt cutting-edge security and safety mechanisms at our posts. Coupled with our strategic geographical position, these measures will enable us to compete forcibly in the global marketplace. By leveraging our collective resources and expertise, we can also position ourselves as indispensable players in international trade. It is therefore my hope that at the close of this gathering, we will begin to foresee what is at our disposal, considering our security and safety concerns at our seaports, that we can maximize to our numerous benefits as a region. Before I leave for my seat, let me take this time to welcome you to Monrovia, Liberia, a name that began the independence revolution in Africa. It is by no means an error to have chosen Liberia for this conference, as we are a beacon of ability to govern and to change the course of history even when all seems far-fetched. On behalf of His Excellency President Joseph Boakai, the government and people of Liberia, I extend our deepest gratitude for your presence. May your time here be both productive and enriching. I thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a representative from the Ministry of Transport, Deputy Minister Randolph Nat. Thank you, Honorable Dan. We also want to recognize some of our board members here present. Honorable Bill McGill-Jones, he's the Deputy Minister of Finance for Administration. We say you're welcome. We also want to recognize Anthony David Collet. We want to say welcome. He's also part of the board, just recently appointed. At this point, we also want to say thank you for your patience and your time spent with us. We now call on the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Gabriel Sirleaf, to give us a brief remark.
Good afternoon. I am the Deputy Minister for Administration, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Justice and Correction. At this junction, I want to recognize the platform guests and all of our distinguished delegates from around the Central and West and Central Africa who have come today to grace this occasion in this conference. On behalf of Her Excellency, Cyril Yanti, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who is currently out of the country, we are pleased to be part of this event, to witness the opening of this event. We want to say, as you have come today to welcome our Director General for National Port Authority, we want you to know that Liberia is a place of accommodation for all of us. And we are excited on behalf of the government and people of Liberia to welcome you to Liberia, to ensure that you work with our team to provide a platform that can enhance the economic development of our country. We say thank you, and may God richly bless you for your program.
Thank you very much. I know our cultural people are way downstairs. We will get some performances when we get out of here this afternoon, but we also want to recognize, before we end this program, I represent the head of APM Terminals Liberia. On behalf of the National Port Authority, we want to say thank you for being part of this official opening ceremony. We want to say thank you for forming part of the opening of our 10th meeting of Harbor Masters and PFSOs. At this point, at this junction, we will now call on the Deputy Minister of Transport to officially open this conference.
Thank you so much. Again, standing on the existing protocol, we want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of you that have come today, especially our visiting guests. We hope, and it's our utmost expectation that the gathering here will yield the best result in the interest of our respective countries. With that said, I'd like to formally declare this conference officially open.
The conference has been officially declared open. Before we close this section, immediately after this section, we'll be moving down to another hall downstairs where we're going to have our technical meetings. We will also have brunch. I know you have the tour, right? So we're going to also take a group photo right from here, somewhere up here. Yeah, somewhere up here. But before we can do all that, it's just important for us to all stand up and sing our national anthem. Okay, so I will count from 1 to 4 and then we begin the national anthem. Oh, Liberia,
Glorious, sacred, by God's command.